Here we go. All right, hello everybody. Welcome to Q&A live stream number 77. It is approximately 7:23 right here on the East Coast in the great state of New Jersey. And today is Thursday, September 24th, 2020, and we have a lot to talk about today. No really major closing announcements, but today we have learned some more companies have filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. It's Sugar today has just filed for Chapter 11. That's right, the iconic candy store, which has a department store flagship store located at the American Dream Meadowlands shopping center in East Rutherford, New Jersey, could be on the verge of liquidating, as crazy as that sounds. So no updates yet on regards to Sears, but the good news is it was just filed today with the New York warrant notice. In regards to J.C. Penney at Westfield South Shore, it will not be closing. The warrant was just filed today that the closure will not happen, which is very good news for that J.C. Penney store, because we were seriously about to lose one of the two remaining J.C. Penney stores. One of the two remaining J.C. Penney stores left on Long Island. So I'm glad that we did not lose that. That lives to another day. But obviously, we do have the loss of Century 21 and, of course, Lord & Taylor. And speaking of Lord & Taylor, just today, Lord & Taylor has now accelerated their liquidations from 30 to 50% off to now 30 to 60% off. So clearly, Lord & Taylor is trying to accelerate the process of their liquidation sales. So obviously, pretty soon I'll have to get to another Lord & Taylor store, but that will not be anytime soon. A couple good store tours are coming up, guys, so stay tuned for that. So we got a lot of great content coming up in the next couple of days, so yeah. Hi, Scott. How are you, man? Hello, Nicola Solar. How are you? I gotta see if anybody else is live right now. That's one thing I actually didn't check, which I should have. Let's see. No, nobody else is live. Okay. Hi, Scott Shuid. Hello, Nicola Solar. Hello, Mohammed Sonic Boom. How is everybody doing this evening? But yeah, let's take a look at I'm gonna actually no, that doesn't. Yeah, see, like if I were to go like this, yeah, no, okay, that's not gonna help. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it that way. Okay. Hello, Brandon Smith. How are you? So I'm going to go ahead into a new tab here. So Lord & Taylor has officially updated their liquidation sales as of today. So I'm going to show you guys very quickly exactly what I mean by that. Let's go ahead and go into the Chrome tab. So Lord & Taylor, as of today, Thursday, September 24th, 2020, is now officially went from 30 to 50% off to now 30 to 60% off. In regards to their liquidation sales. And you know, it's ironic, it's interesting how each week Lord & Taylor picks a new color for their going out of business sales. Like last week it was yellow and red, and now this week it's dark blue. It's two different shades of blue, and you got some red buttons. So clearly each week they're trying to advertise as much as possible. They're also doing this on their Facebook page, on their Instagram page, all great stuff. I am planning on doing some more store tours at a couple of other Lord & Taylors down the road, but I did get to two more. I only have to go to two more in New Jersey. I'm kind of 50-50 on Scarsdale, but I don't know yet. It all depends on how things go. And obviously I have school, so they kind of, factor that in, and also factor the possible second wave of the coronavirus pandemic. But at least in the second wave, we'll have time to prepare. But I don't know personally what's going to happen. I honestly do not know what is going to happen. It's unknown right now, guys. The next thing I want to go over is Century 21. Century 21 is also going out of business. Let me see here real quick. I don't know if they've updated their liquidation sales. Oh, they did. Okay. Okay, yeah, wow, look at this. Okay, great. Oh, wait, no. Okay, so, yeah, that's Lord & Taylor right there. Everything is 30 to 60% off at these stores. So, yeah, that's what it looks like right now. And then we're going to actually go ahead and share the next tab of the screen. Let me see here. Okay, let me go ahead and remove that. Hold on, guys. Sorry about this. Okay. All right. I have to go to the new tab. And now Century 21. The online sale has officially ended for Century 21. They have now went from 32% off to now to 20 to 40% off, which means now there is no more sales online. All online operations on Century21.com have completely ceased, which means now for Century 21, you have to physically go to the store to buy things. But they are now in phase number 1 of their liquidation sales, pretty much in a similar spot that Lord & Taylor was back in early August, about a month ago. And now Century 21 is now in phase 1 of their liquidation. Lord & Taylor is in phase 2. So these liquidation sales are moving along pretty quickly. Like I said, they want to try and get as much merchandise out as possible. Closing dates will vary by location. So let's see, click here for information. Let's see. Okay. It doesn't say. Okay, no. That just shows off the store. I actually want to see something. Let me see. Yeah, I don't think it's going to show anything in regards to yeah. So that's Century 21 outlet at Bergen Town Center. That used to be the Stearns and the Macy's. And then the one in Morristown used to be a Bamberger's and a Macy's. I don't think they have a. Oh no, they do have a picture of this store. Yeah, this was a Bamberger's at one point. I'm definitely going to try and do a store tour of this one, and we'll see about Paramus. I'm just not sure yet, but definitely Morristown, that's for sure. It does say in regards to Century 21, closing dates will vary by location, so I don't know when the final days are going to be for each store. It could depend on the specific date, but I am going to try and get to Century 21 in Morristown. Not this weekend, but probably next weekend if things fall into place. So that's your little update on Century 21. But I'm going to get to as many stores as possible. Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, the Schindler 330A is not a loss, nor is the Schindler MT. The department store is unique, but it's not really a compelling reason to go out to Long Island. It would have to be something. It would have to be an even bigger ticket item. Like, I'm not talking about Lord & Taylor Garden City or Century 21 in Westbury. I'm talking about something at Roosevelt Field would have to close for me to go out there. Lord & Taylor, I have been to Westfield Garden State Plaza, Fashion Center Mall, Willowbrook Mall, Livingston Mall, Bridgewater Commons, and I've been to Rockaway Town Square. Those are the stores in New Jersey that I've been to so far. The New York stores, I've been to the Walt Whitman Shops, Westfield South Shore, I've been to Garden City, and I've been to Manhasset. So I've been to about a pretty good chunk of Lord & Taylor's store fleet. I still have to get to 2 more, the one in Quaker Bridge and also the one in downtown Westfield, New Jersey, which is the only freestanding Lord & Taylor store within the state of New Jersey, because it did open up as a Hanen Company in 1963, and it reopened up as Lord & Taylor in the year of 1990. Sorry, this new comments thing. Shops at Altus Park, cool. Yeah, I heard about Justice closing more stores. Hi, Metro Elevators, how are you? Hi, I was playing a game on my phone. Okay, cool. But yeah, so Lord & Taylor and Century 21 so Century 21 is in phase 1 of their liquidation sales, and Lord & Taylor is in phase number 2. So we're getting to pretty much the end of both of these liquidation sales, but more so Lord & Taylor is a big loss. It's a lot of jobs, and 194-year history. I mean, that's quite a significant company. But we all know why Lord & Taylor was closing. Lord & Taylor it was run by a bunch of babies. It was pretty much run by people who did not know exactly what they were getting their hands on. Latote, or as I call it, Lee Totet, Latote did not know what they were doing with Lord & Taylor, pretty much. When they got their hands on Lord & Taylor from Hudson Bay, they didn't know what to do with the department store. So they launched, they did two things before, and this was pre-COVID. This is before the coronavirus pandemic. They did two things. Number one, they opened up a rental shop at the Lord & Taylor in Ridge Hill. And number two, they opened up a pop-up shop in New York City in Lower Manhattan. So there was kind of hope for Lord & Taylor to come back. But in March of 2020, you had the coronavirus pandemic, and that was kind of the final nail in the coffin for the chain. So it was really just a lot of bad leadership. And I'm not just talking about Latote, and I'm not just talking about Latote or Litotet. I'm not just talking about Hudson Bay. I'm not just talking about the May Company. But when the May Company merged with the previous department store owner, that's where the problems really started a little bit. It was still good, but there was problems. Hudson Bay pretty much screwed over the chain. And then you had Latote, which didn't know what to do with the chain. They filed for bankruptcy, and now they're closing all the remaining 38 Lord & Taylors by November, December 2020. I don't know when the final day is, but if someone knows the final day, you're more than welcome to say it in the chat. Spirit Halloween is in Roosevelt Field. Not surprised. There's a Spirit Halloween at Westfield Garden State Plaza in the former Best Buy, but I believe it's only on the first floor. The Metropolitan Opera has canceled its 2020 to 2021 season. Yeah, I did hear about that. That's a lot of lost revenue for New York City. The New Year's, I just heard this morning that the New Year's celebration is going to be virtual with very, very limited in-person attendance, I believe. Yeah, the shop sales this park ain't anything special, Eric. Sorry to say. Justice is close. Okay, I read that already. I don't know. I don't know what's going to be going in the former Bloomingdale's home furniture store. I have no idea at this point. I mean, I'm sure they probably got pretty far with building the new Century 21, and now plans are completely scrapped to put it in there because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. So it's a shame. That was going to be that was going to be a premier shopping, and it was also going to be the flagship for Century 21. That is a shame. It's a shame that store's not opening, but who knows? So. True. You can use a Q-tip, I guess. Yeah, I heard about the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Yeah, well, we'll see what happens with that. I think it was probably an agreement between Simon Property Group and Century 21. I think it would have been a good spot, but I also think Roosevelt Field is a very upscale mall. I just don't think Century 21 would have fit. And I guess them going bankrupt I mean, look, Lord & Taylor and Century 21, both New York City-based companies, took two different paths to bankruptcy. Lord & Taylor suffered from very, very bad leadership from three different companies, and the third company just didn't know how to run them. And Century 21, of course, that was because of the insurance company turning their backs on them at probably the most critical time for retailers, which is right now. I don't know if you guys realize this. Right now is a very critical time, especially for a lot of retailers, because now Century 21, don't know if Lord & Taylor can still cash in on Christmas, but Century 21 will not be around during Christmas time. Like, it's going to be gone after Thanksgiving. That's it. Century 21 is ceasing operation. So it's very sad. It is very sad. Yeah, typically I use my hands, but I do wash my hands most of the time after I'm done filming the elevators because, yeah, I kind of want to do that. But, yeah, typically after I'm done filming elevators, I typically wash my hands all the time. And I always practice social distancing, Even if I'm in an office building, I, get out of the elevator if I need to and respect someone's wishes if they want to use it. So it's fine. I'm going to respect their wishes, obviously. So, no. Critical time for Sears. They have only 60 stores left. This ain't a critical time for Sears. This is not a critical time for Sears. Sears will just this week they just announced another precious loan for Eddie Lampert. Hi, Alex Elevator fan. How are you? Yeah, no, this is not a critical time for Sears. Sears is a joke. The only reason why Sears is still alive is because somehow some judges are siding with Eddie Lampert and giving him money. It's such a joke. It is such a joke at Sears and Kmart. It really is. Like, you know, and I'm going to bring this up too. You got all these other retailers that are going out of business, and you got Sears. It's not even. I mean, they did close. Okay, despite the fact that they did close Hackensack and Rockaway, but they haven't closed any other stores besides those two in the area. It's like, how much more money are you going to give Eddie Lampert? How much more money are you going to give Eddie Lampert? You know, he cheated out all these workers. Now remember, coronavirus did not kill Sears. That was killed before the pandemic, way before the coronavirus pandemic. So COVID-19 ain't no excuse for Sears. Lord & Taylor, that was bad management, and the pandemic was the final nail in the coffin for them. Century 21, I was very surprised about too. I was very surprised that the insurance company would really turn their back on them at the most critical time, which is a shame because that was a really great retailer. And we had we still have a location at the Altsberg in town, but it was, you know, it was a good store. And I liked the two in New Jersey, not the Elizabeth one, but I liked the one at the Altsberg in town center because that was an old Macy's, and also the Macy's Stearns, if you call it from some historians. And also, too, you also had the Macy's in Morristown, which was a Bamberger's that opened up in 1949. It became a Macy's in 86, and then Macy's moved to Short Hills after the whole A&S thing, and that became a Macy's, which Macy's then did close their location in downtown Morristown because they finally got a spot at Short Hills thanks to the whole A&S and Macy's merger. The A&S at Roosevelt Field used to be where Bloomingdale's was. That was an A&S, and then Bloomingdale's took over because Macy's already had a spot at the mall. So by Bloomingdale's was able to move from there where okay, this is where it gets really weird. So Bloomingdale's used to have a freestanding store in Garden City where the former Sears used to be. So Bloomingdale's moved out of Garden City and moved into Roosevelt Field where the former A&S was, and then Sears got another store in downtown Garden City right across the street from the now liquidating Lord & Taylor store. Yeah, I don't know exactly when they're going out of business, but I don't have a date yet. But I will keep you guys posted when I do find out a date. Hello, Alex Elevator fan. Yeah, me too. Well, Lord & Taylor's going out because Latote didn't know what to do with them. That's why. Yeah, still standing. It's the last Sears and Roebuck full line. Sorry, the last full line Sears and Roebuck store in the state of New Jersey is at the Newport Center Mall. It's pretty ironic. It's pretty ironic for me to say a statement like that. I never thought I'd be saying that exact statement and those exact words would be coming out of my mouth. Probably not. Eddie Lampert just got another loan, so I would expect Lord & Taylor to go before Sears because somehow Eddie was able to get another loan. He was able to get another loan to keep those lights on. It's really, honestly, Sears is the biggest, and I mean the absolute biggest joke. That the fact that those elevators are still running, the escalators, the lights in the store, like I feel bad for those workers, man. I mean, the Kmart workers were essential, so they were able to stay. Like, they didn't even close those stores during the pandemic. Those stores have been able to stay open because apparently Kmart is essential retail. But the Sears, I mean, man, you got all the lights, the plumbing, the flooring. I mean, even some of the ceilings are falling apart, and they can't even fix basic store necessities. It really is a joke, and I do think that Sears will meet its day. If not this year, early next year for Sears. They are not going to be able to go forward with 60 stores. And Lord & Taylor was even a joke, too. They were only going to go forward with 14. I'm still even surprised that Sears is able to even go forward with 60 stores. I mean, sorry, 60 Sears and Kmart's, to put it in perspective, obviously. Yes, Macy's is doing fine. No, I don't think so. Opening day too. Yeah, that's a good Macy's at Roosevelt Field. That's a very comparable Macy's to the Westfield Garden State Plaza, which is about 15 minutes away from me. Don't forget about Sunrise Mall. Can you finally do an Eddie Lampert rant? I'm saving the Eddie Lampert rant for when he decides when he thinks it's okay to close more stores when he got more money. That's what I'm gonna really rant. So stay tuned for that, but not tonight. But you know what? I'll do it anyway because yeah. So Eddie Lampert. Let's get on to the subject of Eddie Lampert. So Eddie Lampert is this Wall Street billionaire who thought it was okay to keep Sears and Kmart alive because he thought so. He thought so because he wanted to keep his stores alive, and he thought, when has Eddie Lampert ever once visited a Sears or Kmart? I would like to see one article or a picture on that news article of Eddie Lampert visiting a Sears or Kmart store. I would love to see that. And if anybody's got a link, don't be shy. Go ahead. Post it right in the chat. I would love to read the whole thing from beginning to end because I have not found a single article of him visiting a store, shaking hands with employees, and telling them how can we make this store better and how can we get more customers in the doors. He didn't care. All he cared about was taking the profits, and he put the profits over the people, and they suffered. And look at how many people have lost their job at Sears. It's ridiculous. Sears Garden City opened up in 1995, and it closed in 2018. Kmart is still there. Yeah, that's in Avenel. Yeah, but that is up for lease. That's one of the two Kmarts that are up for lease. The Westwood one is also up for lease as well, but I'm not going to make a video until it's official. So stay tuned for those videos. I don't know when they're going to come out, but whenever the news says something, you guys will be able to see a video right on my channel. Yeah, it's going to open October 1st. I'm personally going to wait till there's a vaccine and then I will go. But I'm literally in no rush to get there. Honestly, I don't know. I think I'm going to hold on. Like, I have so many other places to get to right now. Getting to American Dream is literally on the bottom of my list, as much as I hate to say that. So, but yeah, so a lot of stores closing. Century 21 and Lord and Taylor. Let's actually check out Sears layoffs. Let's have a little fun. Wow, in 2012, it was the 4th largest U.S. department store. Yeah, look at this on Sears layout. I'll actually show you guys. I actually want to share my tab. Look at this. Look at. Wow, 31 years. That's a long thing. That's a long time. Yeah, no. Sunrise Mall NY used to be called Westfield Sunrise. It's horrible. Yeah, and Westfield Sunrise is another Long Island mall that is in a lot of trouble. The reason I say that is because it lost its JCPenney. It could very well lose its Dave & Buster's, but that mall is in some serious trouble. And I think Westfield for years was just embarrassed to have their label on every entrance of the mall. And they said, listen, this mall ain't going to get redeveloped. And we just got to take our name off. And going forward, we're just going to focus on Westfield South Shore. Honestly, I think it was one of the best decisions that Westfield made. And personally, I think it was probably the only decision they could make. The reason I say that is because Westfield already has 2 decent properties with their name in New York. They got Westfield World Trade Center, and they got Westfield South Shore. And if you really want to go New York City area, mall oriented. You can look at Westfield Garden State Plaza. They also have Westfield Trumbull, which is a pretty good mall. It's almost like a Rockaway Town Square, but the Westfield version of it. But I think Westfield has enough malls where they can kind of just be okay. Sunrise ain't gonna thrive. We're better off just taking our name off. They still own the mall. It's just the Westfield name isn't on the mall anymore. But yeah, Westfield Sunrise is bad. It is I've only been there once. Never went back. Oh, okay, I see. No, not at my mall. At my mall, they just opened up very limited indoor dining at 25% capacity. So, but good. I'm glad Neiman Marcus is coming back. Well, I'm not surprised. Yeah, Broadway Commons is another mall. Oh, wow. Exton Square, 20 years. Okay. Yeah, I think Matt went to that store. Yeah, Broadway Commons Mall is another mall that is in a lot of trouble. It could very well lose its round one because arcades in New York State are not allowed to open, but casinos are, which is mind-blowing. They should really open up arcades. Broadway Mall is dying too. Yeah, it lost its Macy's, which was a big blow, and that Macy's closed right when everything was starting to shut down, and that was it. And literally at the very end, they were just giving clothes away. Honestly, it was sad, because that was a really cool Macy's. You got to remember that Macy's at the Broadway Commons was the flagship Gertz, and it opened up in the year 1956. It became a Stearns in 1981 when it was it was merged with Paramus, New Jersey-based Stearns, which actually had their headquarters at the Alta Bergentown Center. And then in 2001, Stearns folded and became Macy's, and then it closed in 2020. Harrisburg Mall also closed too, but sadly, due to things going on, family-related, I wasn't able to get out there, unfortunately. But I was able to get out to a lot of other stores that were liquidating, such as JCPenney Westfield South Shore, Nordstrom Freehold, and all the Lord & Taylor stores that are closing, the 2 Sears stores that were closing downtown Hackensack, and Rockaway Town Square. So a lot of that. Yeah, it does. New Jersey just got indoor dining back, too. I can't believe they waited that long for indoor dining. Yeah, I think Sears wanted to. I think the probably Simon Property Group pressured them to leave. The only Sears at the Simon Property Group mall left in New Jersey is at Newport. That's the last one. And once that goes, we have no more Sears stores left in New Jersey because all the outlets have been turned into Harbor Freight. So really the only resemblance of Sears left in the state is in Jersey City. So it's only a matter of time before they pull the plug on that Sears Auto Center. And actually, I even think that the Auto Center closed because my friend told me the other day that the Auto Center at Sunrise closed. So I think the Auto Center at Jersey City closed as well. Wow. Yeah. Yep. Jersey City. Jersey City's the last one. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Huh. Yeah. That's the last one. It's crazy. It's crazy to think that it's like that is the only Sears left. Just Jersey City. Sad. It's very sad that that's the only one left. So. I know. Yeah, that Otis Series one, because that's the last decent elevator. That's the only decent elevator in the mall. Everything else is Schindler. So once that goes, yeah, that's it. I'm not surprised. Yeah. Well, once they announce it's closing, I'll definitely take a trip down there. But I'm not going until Sears makes or Transform Co says, or Larry Costello will get on the microphone and he'll say to the media, we have made the difficult but necessary decision to close the Sears and Newport Center in Jersey City. store closing sales will begin on this day, and we will conclude on this day. But yeah. Smith Haven lost Sears right at the height of the pandemic, and then JCPenney closed back in 2019. I was contemplating going out there, but at the time I was busy with school, so I really didn't have the flexibility to go out there, unfortunately. Oh, yeah. Yup. That right there is the biggest elevator loss of 2020. Definitely Broadway. Yeah, Macy's Broadway Mall was a huge loss, those armors. And the Peely escalators. Don't forget about the Peely escalators from 1956. Yeah, that's a shame. More so Primark, but I don't know. I think... Yeah. Okay, maybe there's... yeah, it looks like there's not an Aldi. They could do a Lildy, though. Yeah, they might do a Lildy. That might work. They could do a Lildy and a Primark, I think. Because they'll get rid of the Otis and replace it with a 330A. I don't know what's going to happen with that. Yeah, it was a huge loss. What is the best Simon Mall on Long Island? In my opinion, is Roosevelt Field. There's actually 3 Simon Malls on Long Island. Roosevelt Field, Walt Whitman Shops, and Smith Haven Mall. Out of the 3, the one that dominates the 2, Roosevelt Field, hands down. Number 2 would be Walt Whitman, and number 3 would be Smith Haven. Then it would be Westfield South Shore, then Green Acres, Westfield South Shore, Sunrise, and Broadway is the worst out of the 2. I don't know who owns Primark. I think they're their own company. Yeah, 25 years. That's a pretty decent run at King of Prussia. That's almost a quarter of a century. Yeah, I heard about that. My friend told me that the other day too. They closed the 3rd floor off and they closed the auto center there. So that Sears' announcement should be probably any week or any day at this point now, considering 2 weekends ago they closed both the Sears in downtown Hackensack, which closed the day before, which closed because of the Bergen County Blue Laws, which requires all non-essential retailers to close on a Sunday, meaning that store closed on September 12th. And then, of course, you had the closure of the Sears and Roebuck store at Rockaway Town Square on September 13th. So... They could very well do like a Primark and a Lildy. Yeah, Newport Center is not going to die. The question is, though, are people going to be willing to want to do business in that area of New Jersey post-COVID? That's the big question. So I don't know yet what's going to happen. But right now there has been no announcement about Sears closing at that mall. Right now, no announcement whatsoever. Yeah, Green Acres is really nothing special. I could say the same thing about Newport, but Newport is unique. Yeah, Newport is like another Green Acres, but it is home to the last Sears store in New Jersey, and that elevator is a little bit more uniquer than, say, something Green Acres. So, yeah. Oh, okay, cool. That's cool. That's 7:56 already. Yeah, I actually just did some schoolwork. I'm pretty tired personally, and after this, I'm probably going to play some video games for a little bit. Yeah, I tell you guys, college, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, college. So, but hey, I get to, do schoolwork, and I get to deliver content for you guys. At the end of the day, that's the most important thing, right? So, you guys are really asking a lot of good questions. Oh, no, I'm not leaving yet. Oh, you're leaving? Oh, okay, bye. They were going to, but those plans could very well be scrapped because of the because of them going bankrupt, which is a shame because I didn't really get to enjoy that place that much. Yeah, it's getting more bare, unfortunately. And in fact, in New Jersey, we have 2 of them that are up for lease. So whenever a new tenant moves in, they're going to pull the plug like that. Yeah, I could show you on a map. It's on this site called JLL. I'm not sure what that stands for. Oh, Jones Lag LaSalle Incorporated. So I could show you right now. Hold on. More filters. No, I just want Kmart. Hold on. Reset. So 2 of them are up for lease. Oh, and I think something at Morristown is up for lease too. Let me see. Oh, they're trying to floor 3. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm gonna find it real quick. Wow, these guys are really responsible for a lot of mall properties. Okay. No, Walt Whitman did not have another JCPenney. I don't think so. You got a Whole Foods, and Aldi would not do well in Paramus. And you have another supermarket across the street. Yeah, it did. So, but yeah, the Kmart in I hope I'm sharing the right screen. No, this is not the right screen. No, stop. Okay. Sorry, guys. That was the wrong screen to share. My bad. So let's go back to Chrome tabs and let's go to this. There we go. Okay, so this is the Kmart at Westwood. So it is available. The building is available. The Kmart is pretty much available. It's 84,280 square feet. Obviously, these are highlights in the heart of New Jersey, Bergen County. Anchor opportunity in the heart of Bergen County, adjacent strip with very successful TJ Maxx. It's right along the Pascack Valley line, which is one of 3 train lines located in Bergen County. And it is available immediately. So it's an 84,280 square feet Kmart, and this property is available effective immediately. So it's only a matter of time before this Kmart, before someone grabs this lease. But the center is kind of run down, so it could be a little bit till Kmart does pull the plug on that store. So the other Kmart that is also up for lease is in. All right, guys, give me 1 second. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna zoom out real quick. Okay, so the other Kmart the last Kmart in Bergen County is actually up for lease. The Kmart in Westwood too is also up for lease. That's a 2-floor store. We'll take a look at that quick, actually. This one's a little bit bigger at this is the Westwood one, 170,226 square feet. And that's the first floor. So I'm guessing that they're only going to use the first floor and they might patch up the basement. I don't know. But yeah, let's go back to search. So the other Kmart that is up for lease this is by the company of JLL. So they are responsible for why does this Kmart keep showing up? Sorry guys, we're all the way in Pennsylvania now, and I'm really okay. No, not Easton, Pennsylvania. It's in Avenel. That's where the other one is. Wow, they have a lot of properties up for lease. Wow, it's a lot of properties. A lot of malls too, and it looks like a lot of like industrial. All the Willow Grove Park Sears is up for lease. Not surprised there. Eddie Lampert trying to sell off any property he can sell off. He'd be more than happy to. So this Kmart is also about the same square feet as the one up in Westwood. This is about anchored by a 24-hour fitness. Home Depot is open, but 24-hour fitness closed. And this one, I believe, closed too. Large anchor opportunity, 84,280 square feet, and it's available effective immediately so Eddie Lampert can get his money. Hi, I'm out. Can't stay. Okay, cool. It is, but they're not going out of business. Okay, cool. It's not rare. I just don't really have a reason to go there right now. I wouldn't say that, but you could say whatever you want to say. I don't know what's going to happen with Dave & Buster's. I like that place, but I don't know what's going to happen. So I could check. The Willow Grove Park Sears is up for sale, though. I'm sorry. What? Baton Rouge. No, I don't think so. And that's probably a good thing. Yeah, I hope so too. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Oh, it's good. It's a very nice mall. They got a Macy's, they got a Saks, they got a liquidating Lord and Taylor, and they got a Bloomingdale's. That's a good mall. That's probably pretty good. It was, but then the insurance company turned their back on them, and now they're in phase one of liquidation. Not much more I can say. It sucks that the insurance company gave them the middle finger and said we got to worry about our own people. But that's unfortunately that's life sometimes. I couldn't control it. Am I sad that they're going out of business? Yes. Just as sad as I am about Lord and Taylor, I'm more sad about Lord and Taylor over Century 21, but Century 21 still is a significant loss. So I'm not going to do a Paramus store tour. It's really nothing that's like special, but I'm going to try and do Morristown. Definitely Final Rides though at Century Paramus, but I don't know. Yes, Final Ride Century Paramus, Final Ride Century Morristown, and possibly store tour, and a final ride on the escalators. So we'll do the 3-in-1 in that building. No, I don't think so. I call this the Boscov's rule. So the Boscov's rule is a rule where Boscov's will only open up one location a year. It's a very smart strategy, especially considering that it's a department store chain. So Boscov's is being really smart and not opening up a new store during a pandemic. They actually delayed one of their new department stores. So it's a very, 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 very smart strategy for Boscov's. And it's really some notes that other department stores should be taking, such as Sears and JCPenney. Although JCPenney ain't opening any new department stores. They were in bankruptcy. I think they're trying to keep them. I think so too. I don't know what's going to happen with that space. It could be subdivided. I don't know. Freehold is in a lot of trouble. That's for certain. It lost its Sears. It lost its Nordstrom. It's now going to lose its Lord & Taylor, and it could very well lose its JCPenney. That mall is in some absolute serious trouble of becoming a dead mall. Same thing with Livingston. Livingston lost its Sears at the height of the pandemic. Now it's going to lose its Lord & Taylor, and Macy's could very well just fold in that mall too. And I think that mall is honestly done. That mall is going to be finished before Rockaway, and Rockaway is also in trouble. It lost its Sears. It's going to lose its Lord & Taylor, and they only got a Macy's and a JCPenney. Same thing with Quaker Bridge, but the difference was Quaker Bridge lost its Sears 2 years ago, and now it's losing its Lord & Taylor store. So it's a shame. It's a lot of department stores closing at a very unprecedented time. That's all I got to say. For now, yes, I think so. I think they're going to keep their stores open in Freehold for now. Yeah, it was small, and I'm personally glad they moved out of there, personally. I don't know what's going to become of the space, though, considering now that they don't got Century 21. I can't see them all doing a food court. It would not be a bad idea to do a movie theater there, but I think they've just poured a lot of money into renovating the AMC, so I don't think AMC right now would be looking into moving into a former anchor spot. Unless they got a sweetheart deal to move, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Which I'm still surprised that the JCPenney still sits at that mall, honestly. But there's only 2 on Long Island, so I'm not surprised personally, but it's only a matter of time before things do change, of course. So. Oh. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, it's just a lot of talking. Oh, hold on. Okay, getting back to what I was saying. Hi, what's up, Garden State Elevators? That would be ideal. Could Nordstrom's go into the Lord & Taylor Walt Whitman? Maybe. I don't know, though. No, Saks Fifth Avenue doesn't have a store in Roosevelt Field. They did have a store at Garden City, but it's only at Walt Whitman shops. You're right. It would be an ideal mall. I never thought of it that way, but Nordstrom would do well at Roosevelt Field, actually. Well, they're supposed to have an exclusive store at American Dream, but if that flops, they can always go to Bridgewater. They got a nice, beautiful 3-level former Lord & Taylor, and I think that would be an ideal location. If Saks Fifth Avenue was really looking to be at a premier mall and they wanted a former anchor spot, look no further than Lord & Taylor at Bridgewater Commons. It's a very ideal and attractive location for them. Wow, 16 people are watching. So, all right. So I'm going to actually leave the next like 15 to 20 minutes this part of the stream for you guys to literally just put anything in the chat, and we're going to talk about it. So I'm pretty much out of things to talk about for now. But if you guys want to put things in the chat, go ahead and we'll discuss that. Yeah, I don't think Bloomingdale's is opening up at Freehold. They got Hackensack, Wayne, Short Hills, Bridgewater, and Willow Grove. I don't think they need another store right now in Freehold. Plus, they're looking to shrink their stores, not grow their stores. One's just Kone. They're just straight up with Kone. It's not even Schindler. It's just Kone. Yeah, well, those are called flagship stores, meaning that's the best of the best stores. But even now, the New York City retail market is shrinking. Yeah, to be announced at Freehold. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. I just don't like them. What video games do you play? GTA. Bully Scholarship Edition. It's a really, really good video games. I'm about to play them once this live stream has concluded. Just got a quick text message. It's a good one. Cool. I like that image anyway. Sorry, I just got a text message. Yep, to be announced. Yeah, no, I hate Path. I did. Well, I mean, it's going to happen to everybody. It's, you think you can avoid it, but you know what's going to happen. You just got to prepare for the worst. So I would tell a story now, but I kind of want to wait until after. I will tell you guys later on. It's just not really tonight. It's not really the right time for me to do it. I mean, I could, but no, I'm going to wait on this one for now. But eventually you guys will see some video about something, but I'm waiting a little bit to put it up for reasons being which I cannot discuss, but soon. And that's why I avoid Path at all costs. Freehold is a luxury market. The problem is the Nordstrom's was between two metropolitan areas. What that means is it was between the Philadelphia metropolitan area, which already had a Nordstrom at Cherry Hill, or had a new one at Cherry Hill rather, and they also have a Nordstrom at King of Prussia, and they had a Nordstrom up at Menlo Park. Menlo Park was much closer to New York City than Freehold. I go to Roosevelt Field every week, and yesterday, cool. Yeah, no, I will get to Roosevelt Field. I just don't really have the what's it called? The time to do it yet. Oh, nice. In Brick Township, Ocean County. Nice. Awesome. Not that I'm going there anytime soon, but cool. If I'm ever in the area, I'll definitely have to check it out. So let's take a look at Sears layoffs. Like, look at this. Hold on. I got to show you guys this real quick. Let me go to application window, Chrome tab. Here we go. Perfect. Look at this. Another loan. Looks like Eddie's going to secure another large bailout loan. Why on earth would people keep giving him money for Sears to just stay above water only to sink 3 weeks later, and the loan is never repaid? Wow. Like, look at this. It's crazy. And then this Sears layoffs thing is like very active. Very active. I don't do TikTok. I'm sorry. It's not one of my favorite apps. Hi, Matt. How are you? Yeah, well, it happens, unfortunately. No, I've never been to Brick. Yeah, they're very close. Menlo Park and Woodbridge. They're like maybe like 10 minutes away from each other by car. Well, Seritage is losing important key tenants. 24 Hour Fitness and AMC Theaters and Dave & Buster's all have filed for bankruptcy. My classes are good. Thanks for asking. I only meet with one class twice a week, and then I meet with my second class every other week. Most of it's literally just online, and it's at my own pace. So it's pretty good for me otherwise, but, it's not the full college experience. But, given the uncertainty right now with everything that's going on, I'm pretty happy with my learning basis for now. So. Yep, and Sears doesn't have an atrium skylight, only Macy's, but Kohl's used to be Stearns, and the other one was, it was always a JCPenney, always a Sears. Macy's used to be something else. I'm not 100% sure. Or I think Macy's went into the Kohl's and then it became, I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah. But I will get to Newport once they announce the Sears closing, or if and when they do. Because it's only a matter of time, unfortunately. You know, Sears was a time ticking bomb. So. Yeah. Well, it's a set. Well, it's a big hotel. That's why. Yeah, there's 2 elevators in the front and there's 2 elevators in the back. That back section was definitely an extension all the way back there. That closed in 2018 or 19, from what I can remember. But I didn't go out. I wasn't about to go out to Long Island for a Kona Eco Disc. Look, I will ultimately get back to Roosevelt Field. Excuse me. It's just right now I'm not really looking to do it in particular, and that is because right now it's just not the most appropriate time for me to do so. But yes, ultimately I will make that decision in regards to going back to Roosevelt Field. It's just not the time right now for me to go and see them all, but I will. Once I got a big closure at Roosevelt Field and it's an iconic building and it's something I really want to see, then yes, I will go back to Roosevelt Field. But right now, no. I'm sorry. I don't. It's like King of Prussia. I'm not going to King of Prussia. Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't have time to see that. I only went to the Freehold Raceway Mall because Nordstrom were closing. I was in the downtown, but no, I didn't see it. Century 21, split it in half, throw a Nordstrom's rack in there. That's exactly what that mall needs. It finally needs to get a Nordstrom's rack and a Bloomingdale's outlet if that mall is going to come back. They need a Nordstrom rack and they need a Bloomingdale's outlet store. The absolute perfect place to do both. Split the Century 21 in half, have the Nordstrom rack on the left, and have the Bloomingdale's outlet on the right. And actually, I can show you guys a map of the Mills at Jersey Gardens right now. Let me actually do that. And then this is the last thing that I'm going to do, and then I think I am actually going to get off, guys. Sorry, the Mills at Jersey Gardens. This used to be owned by the same people who now own the Brunswick Square. So Simon now owns both the Premier Outlet Center in New Jersey and the Premier Outlet Center in New York State. Wait a minute, why is this in Spanish? Nope, I have no idea what's going to replace there. Yep, and they swapped it with the company that used to own Jersey Gardens, Giltmer Realty Trust. I call it the infamous Giltmer-Simon swap, meaning Simon gave up Brunswick Square to get the Mills at Jersey Gardens. Giltmer gave up ownership of Jersey Gardens to Simon, and they got Brunswick Square in return. Yeah, I call it the ultimate Giltmer-Simon swap. So here's the Century 21. So you take the Century 21, you split it in half right along here, and you have Nordstrom Rack here, and then you have Bloomingdale's Outlet here. Very, very simple. A very simple solution, I think, in my opinion. So. NGO. No, I don't think so. But I think a Wilmort Mall that is going out of business is Shopping Town Mall. Probably, I don't know why. Interesting. Yeah, I didn't really do a search on that, so. But interesting. Very, very interesting. So. You guys are asking a lot of good questions tonight. I won't be live tomorrow. like I said. But tonight I figured I'd do a little bit of a stream because I was very exhausted from doing a lot of schoolwork today, and I'm pretty tired. I'm probably gonna play my video game now and just kind of just relax for the rest of the night. So I'm probably going to get to Century 21 in Paramus tomorrow. I just didn't have the time today because I really needed to do schoolwork today. So, guys, I want to thank you for watching Q&A live stream number 77. I hope you guys got to learn a lot about closing department stores. We went over a lot in regards to Lord & Taylor and Century 21 and all these other department stores. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. No, I'm not going out there for a Concord. Sorry to say, but no, I'm not going out there for a Concord. Thank you guys for watching. And we will see you guys next time. I don't know when, but stay tuned for more videos coming soon. Thank you guys so much for watching, and that will be it.